cue that we've had. We don't have cues, really. You see, it just happens that there's this sort of strange silence that falls upon the whole studio when we know we're going on the... Oh. Hello. Hello, television viewers everywhere. This is your friend, Oliver J. Dragon, formerly known as Ollie. Awfully happy to see you here today with us. I was just speaking out loud with a few of the friends who gathered with us today to open our 6th season on the television, and I was just mentioning a few things to them. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to go on with that because I need them in this particular little bit of business that I'm going to do. So you just excuse me now. You folks that gathered here in the studio, all of you, get up off the floor there, madam, please. Get her a chair, Pete. You folks that are here, I would like your cooperation at a certain point in the opening of this show today. I would like, well, perhaps I'd better begin at the beginning. Yes, that's what I'll do. I'm going to begin at the beginning. As you all know, we are now on Sunday afternoon. At last, we've made the big time. At last, we have a show of prestige. A show that more nearly fits the family hour. At last, we're back to a half hour. Once a week, I grant you once a week, but that just gives us just that much more time to polish, to rehearse, to make every little faucet of this show glisten. Glisten with true showmanship for you, our dear television public. And so we have asked a few friends to join us because when you're in the big time, you have a small studio audience. And if you have a small studio audience, you don't ask them to keep quiet. Nay, you ask them to applaud. You not only ask them, you demand that they applaud or they leave. So, kids out there, I would just like to try for a moment a sample of your applause, which I'm going to need, which you will get on cue from someone. We're in a larger studio now. I don't know. From that fellow up there. Hello. How are you? Let's give me a sample of a good hand of applause, shall we? 1 and 2 and. Let's have it. Come on. Cut! 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 Didn't cut quickly enough. That's pretty good. They're not working on scale today. Overtime, you know, Sunday. Now, today we do have some grand and glorious surprises for you. Since we are on a half hour now, I have changed the entire format of the show, and I'm sure there are many of you out there in the audience are going to be awfully happy about this whole thing. Awfully happy. We have added so many wonderful, glorious things to this show today that you are really going to be amazed. Now, we've changed the title just a little bit. We've gotten rid of some of that old hackneyed theme music that we used to use at the start. And, well, naturally, since it's only on once a week, there are going to be fewer of us up. Kukla and Fran aren't here yet, so I'm getting away with it so far. I would like now to show you what I mean. First of all, I want you to see Jack Fascinato and what he has gathered with him today. Would you take a camera shot over there, please? Look at Jack Fascinato with his boys. A full symphony orchestra just for us. The Kuklapolitan 9. 12. All righty now, I want to show you what we're going to give you this season. A show that's really going to, well, set the entertainment business on its ear. Really on its ear. Or tooth, as the case may be. Let's have our curtains closed here, please. Going to show you the new opening, the way it's going to be with the title cards and everything, with the music. Jack, you're standing there. Do you have your baton in hand?
All set.
All set. Now the title cards all ready. Guess we're all set to go. So let's start off our 6th season with a great big bang. Oliver J. Dragon proudly presents the Oliver J. Dragon Show. When you're down and out, lift up your head and shout, there's gonna be a great day. Angels in the sky promise that by and by there's gonna be a great day. Gabriel will warn you some early morn, you will hear his horn. A-rooty-tootin', it's not far away. Hold up your hands and say, there's gonna be a great, there's gonna be a great, there's gonna be a great day. Oh, what a beautiful morning. There's gonna be a great day. Yes, sir, folks. There's going to be a great day. There may be a few among you who will shed a tear or two that the old Kukla, Fran and Ollie show is gone by the boards. But when you see the new Oliver J. Dragon show, you're going to love it. Of course, from time to time, we will have guest appearances by your dear old friends, Fran Allison and Kukla. But mostly, it's just going to be a wonderful show of solos and... Oh, hello, Fran.
How you do?
A little late. I just went through the opening with the...
Don't let me stop you.
Hello, Coop.
Hi, Ollie. What's the big noise?
Oh, nothing. Just big, wonderful plans.
What's this idea about guest shots?
Oh, well, kids, it isn't exactly guest shots, but you see, since we're on a half hour now once a week, I thought the best thing to do would be to build the show around some sterling personality. Well, naturally, the fellow with the strongest voice and the baritone quality, you see, and the fellow with the most appeal, well, he's the fellow that really should build the show around.
Mm-hmm. Had you someone in mind?
Yes, I did.
As if I didn't know. Who is it?
Who could it be?
Didn't you see the opening? It's the Oliver J. Dragon show now, kids.
Well, how nice.
Awfully nice for you, Ollie. Just grand. Who's sponsoring you?
Ooh, I forgot about that.
That's something one should think of.
I didn't exactly have it in mind that we should open just like that, Ollie. You know, RCA Victor is still our very oldest friend on the air, and we had a little more in mind to kind of tie in the opening with the title RCA Victor.
I know that open-minded individual that you are, you'd be glad to see what we had sort of thought.
Well, I'm as democratic as the next fellow. Absolutely. It just had completely slipped my mind. I'd be glad we could say, RCA Victor presents the Oliver J. Dragon.
I don't think they quite had that in mind.
Let's look at it another way, shall we?
How do you mean?
Well, just a minute. I'll get the card. Fran,
Will you join me?
Why don't you go over and sit down and look at it in the other room, huh?
Would you join me?
I'd be glad to. I'm open-minded about this whole
Be
thing.
my guest.
I'm very open-minded.
Well, see, I thought we'd start with a card like this. We've got Hugh Downs, who's going to be our announcer. And Jack has his music already. So here's Little Nipper. Why don't we come in on it and start the show with a regular opening, huh?
RCA Victor, the cornerstone of home entertainment for 3 generations. RCA Victor, first in television,
Television console.
world leader in radio,
Cable models and portables, too.
and first in recorded music.
RCA Victor's 78s, long plays, and 45s.
RCA Victor joins the Radio Corporation of America in presenting Burr Tillstrom, creator of Kukla, Ollie, and all the Kuklapolitan players, with Fran Allison in Kukla, Fran and Ollie.
How'd you like that, Fran?
I loved it.
You really felt pretty good about that?
Well, I thought it was very nice. It has great dignity, and it has something that people will remember in it because we've done that sort of thing for so long. I think it's just sort of associated with us.
Who wrote it?
Well, I don't know who wrote it.
How come I'm not in there saying something about the different RCA Victor models?
Well,
I don't like that. I won't buy that a bit. I won't buy that. I see no reason why it should be that kind of an arrangement at all. Whatsoever. I don't see any reason for that at all.
Well, Ollie, look, the budget is arranged so that the 3 of us are on the show, and we kind of have to...
Never mind. I've cut the budget down a great deal.
Well, how can you do that?
Well, I did it very simply. Did you see the orchestra before?
Yes, I see.
I got them for 50 cents a man cheaper because they don't wear their coats.
Oh, Ollie,
I
that's
did.
ridiculous.
I did, absolutely. I cut it down to rock bottom. Absolutely. And doing my own announcing, that cuts out Hugh.
I don't think that's fair. I think there should be a fair distribution of work.
I think that's a fair distribution of work.
But you're doing it all.
I know, but I'm better equipped than anybody else.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, I think.
What about the orchestra?
Well, what do you mean?
What are you going to call it?
Oh, I've got a great... Oh, that'll be great. Oh, because we're going to have a whole line of girls. We're going to have a girls dancing clear across... And, Fran, how's your toe work?
Why, all right, a toe work?
You mean on our tippy toes?
Yes, we're going to have a whole wonderful ballet right at the beginning to start off. Now, first of all, we're going to shoot to the orchestra, you see, and we're going to call them what do you think of this? Jack Fascinato and his fascinating rhythm.
I think that's particularly new.
How about Jack Fascinato and his baker's dozen?
I don't like that either.
Well, there's only one other that I could think of.
What?
Jack Fascinato with 6 of one and half a dozen of the other.
Well, I like that better than any of the rest.
You think that'll go all right?
Well, it might.
I think it's a great idea. Then, right after they open, you see, then the girls come out. Then I come out.
Girls,
Girls. Girls with heads and eyes and hair, legs.
that's all right.
Oh, yeah, that isn't our style.
I know. That's the whole idea. I want to change the whole thing. You kids aren't for me, are you?
Well,
That's right.
I don't want to say that I'm against you because I'll listen to what you have to say.
Well, look, then after the line comes through and they do their dance, then I introduce you for a number. Now, Fran, I have got the greatest idea in the world. You see, we haven't been able to spend the time coordinating the way we should, you see, and I've got music for both my sweet little loved ones that it's just going to, it's going to establish you in the eyes and ears of the audience. I'll tell you what you do. Both of you go out. You go out too, Fran, and I'll get and announce you, and Jack is going to play a theme that will always be played when you come into the show.
Oh,
Attractive girl. Stubborn but attractive. I like 'em with spirit. Well, sir, folks, on the Oliver J. Dragon Show today, we've got somebody pretty wonderful. Gal that you always love to hear sing. A girl who really can pep up a tune, who can sing it with just the right meaning, the right music, the right phrasing. I'd like to introduce to you, Jack, get ready, huh? I'd like to introduce to you our own wonderful Fran Allison. Great. You like that?
don't you think it's a little sprightly for me?
Well, hold it, Jack. Hold it. Well, you know, we could slow down the
It's
tempo a little
much
bit.
too abandoned.
You want to slow down a little bit? I
Well,
could cut out the
I
tambourines.
certainly don't want it ripping like that.
Were there tambourines in there? Didn't use the tambourines on. That shouldn't be too noisy, really. Oh, and for you, chum boy.
Did you hear?
What'd you think?
I thought it was perfect for her. I thought it was great.
You didn't.
I did. I thought that's just your kind of music, Fran. That's just for you. That's
Wait till you hear what I've got for you, baby boy. Oh, I'm so glad.
I want to hear it, too.
Okay, you go down. I'll introduce you. You stay right here. And now, on the Oliver J. Dragon Show, I'd like to present an old friend of ours. A fellow whose kindness, whose sweetness, whose loving heart has made him friends in every home in the U.S. of A. I'd like to introduce to you now your pal and our pal, Kukla.
That certainly fits you Tootsie.
I won't stand still for this 1 minute.
Well,
Now,
I
look,
like
Ed,
that.
I'm not going to go along for this at all.
Remarkable,
Believe me.
Bertha.
Fran, you don't believe that.
Oh, I just
You
thought
heard
it
the
was-
lady. She likes it.
I'd never thought of you in quite that way before, but now I shall hardly be able to
Fran,
disassociate you.
that isn't me at all. Well, I like the minuet for you, too.
Well, you said that first.
Grand, isn't it? Jack, that was great. I like that.
Ollie, we would spend, it would be, well, it's too much.
Too much? Oh, wait.
How
After
about
that...
the nice songs? We used to do good songs together. Remember?
You know, kids, I was just thinking that. Now, Ollie, the whole thing is you don't really need to do any singing by yourself this time because we already have, for this show, for instance, a very fine singer.
Oh, the one you told me about?
Whom?
Well,
Mario Lanza.
in a...
I didn't hire him.
Well, you didn't have to.
We don't have to hire him, you see. Here, I've got his very latest recording. I have it both on the 45, RCA Victor, of course, and I have it on the 78, you see.
Oh, and it's a beautiful thing, too.
What is it?
It's a very wonderful tune called Because You're Mine. And it's Mario Lanza's newest RCA Victor release. And he has a chorus. The Alexander Choir, Jeff Alexander Choir, is playing in the background. It's absolutely beautiful. The RCA Victor Orchestra.
Well, I think Mario has got a fine voice, but I don't exactly... He's a tenor.
That's what we know.
He's a tenor.
I know. We thought it would be a little better to have a tenor on the show. And after all, his recordings are so beautiful, you know. This is his latest release.
Then you mean I don't get a chance to do a solo?
Well, sometime, maybe.
But...
What had you planned?
Well, Fran, actually, I did plan a big part for you. Something that you're really going to enjoy very much, I think.
Well,
It's a thing for you where you will show yourself up to the very best advantage, I think.
well, Ollie, I'm open-minded about the situation. I'll go along with
I
you.
mean, I wanted you to get up there and share the spotlight with me. I didn't intend to hog the whole thing all by myself all the time.
That's what I thought.
I thought maybe you could step up with me and we'd do a wonderful, fast-moving ballad.
Well, I wish you'd told me about it so I could have learned it.
Oh, you can sight read, girl. I know you can hear. I made the arrangement. It's a lovely thing.
It's rather lyrically involved, isn't it?
Well, your part there, now you have... That's pretty complicated. Would you like to try it?
Well, I'll try it.
Jack, have you got who?
Yes, we have.
On first? That's the kind of thing that's really going to make this show go over. These
Which
big...
way?
You don't like my ad-libbing, do you?
It's all right.
I want you to know that I have several fellows writing my special ad-libs. Shall I give you the downbeat with my tooth?
Try it.
All right. You late. Who stole my heart away? Who makes me dream all day? Dreams I know can never be true.
No.
Seems as though I'll ever be blue. Who means by happiness? Who? Would I answer yes? Who? Well, you ought to guess who? No one but you.
It's such an extended ending.
Let's try that last little bit. Who?
No one but you.
Oh, I know. I remember what I had in mind when I did that.
Well, I'm sorry you remembered it.
You don't like it?
It's all right, Ollie. You try it your way. If it works, it's all right with me.
I had another big idea in mind for you in a minute.
Well, did you?
Yes, it did.
Like,
Well, I thought we might play a little love scene together, kind of work it around so that it got into the commercial. And, see, another thing that I want to do, I really hadn't forgotten all these important parts of the show. Another thing I wanted to work out was, well, where you and I go into a lovely room, a lovely, well-furnished room, and we look at the new RCA Victor Victrola, the three-speed Victrola.
well, Ollie,
Won't that be nice?
well, it would have been nice, but you see, Well, another thing, and it brings me to mind in your opening, you know, you didn't even include Burr's name, which I thought you should have done.
You've had it for 5 years. That's enough.
Well, I know, but he has plans, too. For instance, I spoke with him this morning, and he told me about this wonderful new 3-speed player, which he wanted me to see. And as a matter of fact, I'm a little late for my date right now because I promised to meet him.
You going over there to meet him now?
Well, I'd like to.
Did you plan this, you Benedict Arnold? You're taking everything away from me. Oh, don't I me. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't care.
Well, a promise is a promise.
I don't care.
I suppose it is, Fran.
I did say I'd go.
Yeah, well, why don't you go over and look for him? If he's not there, I'll try to find him and send him over.
Well, I'll be back soon.
Okay, honey. Hey, you're supposed to be over with Fran. Yeah. Franny, are you over there? Good. You'll be right over. I know Hugh is very anxious to tell us about the new RCA Victor 3-speed Victrola. So, Hugh, if you're ready, go ahead.
Thank you, Cook. Are you like Fran? Do you own some favorite 78 records that you can't replace? Or do you buy the latest pop tunes on convenient 45s? Or are you like Burr? Do you prefer long plays for playing entire albums? Well, whatever size, whatever speed records you own, you can play them all better than ever on RCA Victor's new automatic Victrola 3-speed phonograph. And the center is the secret. You see, with this slip-on spindle, you can put up to 14 45 records on your Victrola phonograph with one hand and play them the way they were meant to be played. And when you want a different speed, just store the spindle away in this handy well, and you're all set to play either 78s or long plays. You can even intermix 10 and 12-inch records in the same speed, and your Victrola phonograph will shut itself off when the last record is over. It takes only one control knob to start, stop, or reject records, too. And just a twist of the dial selects whichever speed you want. Best of all, though, the Victrola 3-speed phonograph has RCA Victor's famous Golden Throat tone system to give you the clearest, most realistic tones you could ever want. So join Fran and Burr and enjoy all your records more on an RCA Victor 3-speed Victrola phonograph at your RCA Victor dealers now.
Maybe it wasn't the most diplomatic thing for me to do. There must be some way I can get back in his good graces. Another act you're going to do? No? You're going to have your picture taken? One of your favorite hats? I thought maybe you were going to sit for a portrait.
Nope. Sun is pretty high out on the road now.
On the road?
I'm hitting the road, Fran.
You are?
There doesn't seem to be... You didn't have to dance with him. I don't care what else you did. You didn't have to dance with him. There's no room for me in this organization.
Oh, there's lots of room for you, Ollie. I can think of all kinds of places.
Goodbye, Kukla.
Where are you going?
I don't know. You're glad to see me go.
No, I know it isn't that. I just wanted, what's this?
I'm leaving, Kukla.
I wish you wouldn't leave. You just got here.
Oh, no. The whole thing is just, big mass of confusion. You see, the thing is, I thought a long time ago that this was going to be an opportunity for him. Well, I realize now that it couldn't, and I'm pretty upset, Fran.
Well, I know how you feel. The more I read the papers, the less I comprehend the world and all its capers, and where it all will end.
Nothing seems to be lasting, a
that isn't our affair. We've got something permanent.
You mean in the way we care? It's very clear our love is here to stay, not for a year, but ever and a day.
The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, and in time may go.
But, oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way.
In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay, but our love is here to stay. I kinda knew all along my plans would go wrong. It always works that way. But
Our love is here to stay.
Ollie,
Hmm?
will you reconsider?
No, I think I'd better hit the road.
No, please stay. We'll go for a nice walk.
No, I
We'll
think...
talk things over.
Yeah, but it's so much trouble to put this hat on and everything.
Well, wear your hat on the walk. There's a high wind today.
I know, but I'm so embarrassed in front of all these people.
Well, you needn't.
I don't like people who say they're going to go and then don't go, and I don't know.
What's the matter? Is your pride hurting you or something?
I think it's a great charm of yours, Ollie. You're so unexpected. Now, you said you were going to go, and now if you don't go, you'll surprise us. I like surprises.
You do?
If you would go every time you said you were going to go, well, you wouldn't be here. And then I couldn't be surprised at all.
You never would have been here. You would have left 5 years ago.
That's right.
All right, I'll stay.
And you never need be embarrassed in front of people who love you. And we love you.
I think I better go.
No, please stay.
But I'm in between. What shall I do?
I can't get it off, Ollie.
Why? Honestly, this is the worst day I've ever seen in my life.
I'm sorry.
I like it that way.
I can't see a thing. This is really too much. How's that? Oh, I can't honestly. Thank you, Fran.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Kids, it's just like every other year. Remember, for the best in recorded music,
It's RCA.
Victor.
The musical director of Kukla, Fran and Ollie is Jack Paginato. The producer is Beulah Zachary. The director is Louis Gomovitz. The costume designer is Joseph Lockwood. And the technical director is John Natalie.
And this is Bert Tillstrom. See you again next Sunday. Bye.
Kukla, Fran and Ollie has been brought to you from Chicago by RCA Victor. First in television, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, backed by the facilities of the famous RCA laboratories. RCA Victor, cornerstone of home entertainment for 3 generations.